Hello, Lisa Richard here with Loving Energy Recharge. Welcome to Inner Alchemy. Inner Alchemy is a blend of the teachings of human design, the gene keys, and incorporating some more than existing Lightworker coaching tools. This is the energetic report for July the 12th, bringing us forward to the 13th as we are stepping into gate number 62, which is known as expressed details. Now, before we get into this gate, I want to do a little bit of a looking back as we have just come out of 3 gate activations within our root center. As we stepped into the sign of Cancer, entering into the 4th house, which was all about home, family, foundations, our ancestors. And now we're coming up to the throat center for 4 activations over the next little while. So think about that for a moment in terms of the chakra system. The root center of you is all about safety, security, your connection to the earthly realms, how you feel your presence here on earth and the material world that it offers. And then coming into the throat center, which represents our desires to be seen, heard, to be expressed, and to manifest our ideas. So there is a connection here between the work that you've done over the last little while, coming through those 3 root activations, which was also part of what was known as the ring of seeking. In other words, what were you seeking within yourself? And how have you been cultivating that over the last little while? Coming now into the first of those 4 activations within the throat, we are stepping into gate number 62, which is known as expressed details. Now, this has a direct link to the Ajna Center in your human design body graph. And if you do not have your human design body graph, which is based on your birth information, you can visit my website, lovingenergyrecharge.com. There is a complimentary Introduction to Human Design course there, which you can follow your links to get your free human design chart. Knowing your design is helpful in looking at your energetic centers in comparison to what is being activated on the collective scale. You may notice for yourself if you have gate 62 or the one directly above it, gate 17, that there is an activation there of what is known as the channel of the organizer. This is now an open channel that is organizing your thoughts, because this is coming from a sense of logic from the mind. And it very much has a tendency to speak one's mind, to offer an opinion, to say what is on your mind in the ideas of, I think, I feel that, right? So it's really trying to rationalize everything that is around you in the energy right now, which is expressed details. You are going to have a tendency to want to express your opinion, your viewpoint of what you are sensing out in the world, and really noticing the details that are going to feed your narrative to a story. And we really, really have to express that, because the shadow that we're feeling this week is all about the intellect. So our intellectual mind, and a lot of times we pretend to be smarter than we really are because we have a fear of proving ourselves. We have a fear that we may appear stupid in the eyes of other people. We have a fear of what other people may think of us. We have a fear of uncertainty, and we have a fear of being exposed. What if somebody should find out that I don't have all the information? So there's some strong shadow energy that is pushing through this throat gate, this desire to take action, this desire to express oneself, to offer an opinion, to come forward with a strong voice that will not be questioned because of its tendency to be so deeply rooted in those fears. So it comes across as an arrogance. You may be feeling that there's a strong opinion towards a certain aspect of your world right now, whether it's coming from yourself or it's coming from others. And there's an opportunity for you to really examine, why am I so stuck on it has to be this way, or it has to be this idea, or it has to go the way that I want it to go? And are you feeding into that narrative that is being propagated from other people? Are you falling into the trap of somebody else having a very strong expressed opinion right now? And they may be coming up with all these facts and all these reasons why you should be jumping on board. But you need to pause and ask yourself, is that how you truly feel for yourself? Or are you caught up in the energy of somebody else's expressed details and buying into their narrative of a story and feeling like you want to jump onto the bandwagon because that is what everybody else is doing, and not paying attention to the wisdom of the body that is saying, but there's got to be more than just that? Or really questioning for yourself, why are we fighting so hard to be right? What if there's other opinions? What if we don't know all the facts? What if there's more to be discovered? What if we have it all wrong? And is it so bad to be wrong? Is it so bad to make a so-called mistake? Or can we come into an acceptance of, we're really here to learn and grow? And that means to consider many different viewpoints and many different opinions, and to really challenge ourselves when we get stuck in a narrative to our story that drops us back down into the root of a fear story that says, I am not safe. So really noticing for yourself, is your mind trying to prove something, trying to keep itself organized, trying to stay in control, but your body is feeling that it's out of harmony, that it's lost its rhythm and its connection to Mother Earth and the natural world. So be very mindful of those who are expressing a very, very strong opinion in the days to come. Be very, very mindful of yourself expressing a strong opinion in the days to come. And spend some time in the gift aspect of this, which is all about precision, that then leads us way into impeccability. And when I stepped into the word impeccability, I was reminded of a book called The Four Agreements. And there's a section there that talks about being impeccable with your word and impeccable with your deed. So if we're to incorporate the gift aspect of precision and impeccability, it's a new one to grasp because it's new energy in this evolving. It is really being mindful that when we say something, when we think something, when we do something, we have projected our energy out there into creation. So in other words, you have the ability to think thoughts that can feel like a dagger to somebody else. You can think thoughts that become a self-sabotage moment for yourself or that hurt yourself. So we want to come into a greater awareness, a precision of really catching how our mind talks, how we want to voice our opinion, how we are so determined to be right, to be heard, that we will shout over top of others to get what we want to say off of our chest. And to really come into asking ourselves, what is this trying to accomplish? And is it serving the highest good? So we're learning to step into one of the greatest aspects of love, impeccability. Knowing that you're fully responsible for your actions, your reactions, your emotions, your behaviors, your thoughts. And the more that you can become aware of what you are projecting out into the world, what you are eternalizing within yourself, the more you can do the work that is needed to clear the way to accept only those things that are of the highest aspect of love and not feeding a narrative to a fear story that is pulling us back. This energy that we're in this week is bringing us into what is known as the ring of no return. And the way that I interpret that for myself is when you say something, when you think something, when you do something, you cannot take that back. The deed has already been done. So when you're feeling this desire to, I want to get it off my chest, I want to tell that other person what I think, I want to be heard, I want my opinions to matter, I want everybody to say what I feel that they should do, know that that is creating the karmic relationship, likely of a fear story, that then is going to manifest and come back to you. So there is great desire in a lot of us to be wanted, to be rooted into safety and security, to be assured, to know things are predictable, to stay in our comfort zone. Learning to break away from those old patterns are going to feel very uncomfortable. It's like shedding the skin. But it's removing the layers of conditioning that has you buying into a narrative of a story that is based on someone else's idea of how you should live your life. And it's time now to awaken within yourself to question, does that feel right to you? So this also brings us into the embodiment of the mind, body, spirit relationship, the Trinity. We're moving from a dual nature of thinking it's got to be this way or that way to the power of three, where we come into harmony with our mind and our intellect as an observer, as a place of great discernment, knowing and sensing for yourself what feels to be right for you. Moving that into the body and coming into the body wisdom and paying attention to the signs, the signals, the emotions, those hairs that stand up on your arm that alert you to whether something feels to be right for you or doesn't. When we learn to come into the relationship with the mind and the body, the spirit within us rises up and out. We expand into a higher state of consciousness. We break out of our own personal opinions. We realize it's not all about us. We're not that damn special, to quote from the book of Corey Thorne Cameron, one of my dear, dear friends, and her book called My Truth of Existing Beyond the Reflection. And to acknowledge that we're part of the world that is floating in this vast universe that has multiple opinions and perspectives. Why do we feel that our way is the only way to go? We are here to really start coming together as humanity to question, what would love do? To come out of the small I and to notice that there's other people that are affected by this narrative to a story, by this viewpoint, by this opinion. And what feels maybe to be so good for you, is it really good for those around you? Is it good for what's happening on the other side of the world? Is it good for the environment? Is it good for our children that are going to inherit what we are creating right now? Is this for the highest good? So this is a high contemplation opportunity. Whenever we come into the throat center, there is a beautiful opportunity to activate your skills of listening and allowing things to come and trickle down, to come into the higher stillness of the high heart, to let it be transmuted before you form an opinion and bring that out into the world, or to feel a need to even share it with other people. So use this energy for the highest good. Notice opinions within yourself. Notice the voices of those that are around you. Take very special notice of those that are coming forward as leaders, as authority. They claim to have all the facts. They come with a bit of an arrogance. They may have a lot of proof to back up their opinion. Feel it for yourself. Does that feel to be the highest expression of love? Does this feel to be the only way? Does this feel like it's something that I'm going to get on board with? And really pay attention to your energy, your vibration, your own narrative, knowing that this is the ring of no return. Once we bring that into manifestation, the work has been done. Everything has a cause and effect. That is the law of the universe. So let us tread mindfully over the next couple of weeks as we are stimulating up into the throat center. We have a beautiful pattern of seeing ourselves starting in the logical throat activation coming from the mind, jumping over to the analytical throat activation in the mind, jumping back down into an alignment of directional gates in the higher heart of looking forward and really considering for ourselves, is that where we want to go? And then ending in the fourth activation by also drawing towards the center of self, the high heart, in the activation of listening. So are you willing to listen this week instead of speaking and expressing so much what you believe to be the way, and really feeling and questioning for yourself, why? Why do I feel that that is the only way? Who is it serving? And is there more that needs to be considered before I take action? So practice discernment this week. It will be your greatest friend. Have fun. Don't take things so seriously. Don't try to be perfect. We are here to be human, which means we are so perfectly imperfect, and we are here in a state of evolving. So there's no such thing as making a mistake. There's only learning opportunities. So namaste to each and every one of you, which means the light in me sees the light in you. And you may even notice behind me, I have a beautiful self-love candle that is burning for all of us. We are all in this journey together. Take care. Bye-bye.